Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled between rolling hills and thick forests, there lived an old woman named Granny Lila. Her hair was a crown of silver, her back slightly hunched, but her eyes twinkled with a warmth that seemed to hold the wisdom of the ages. Granny Lila was known far and wide not for her wealth or power, but for her unmatched cheerfulness. No matter the situation, she radiated happiness and contentment, and the villagers often sought her counsel when life's troubles weighed heavily on their hearts. One chilly winter evening, a young man named Ethan arrived at Granny Lila's humble cottage. Ethan was a woodcutter, and life had been unkind to him. His family was poor, his work was grueling, and his dreams of a better life seemed out of reach. As he sat by the crackling fire in Granny Lila's modest home, he asked, "Granny, how can you be so happy all the time? Don't you ever feel sad or defeated?" Granny Lila smiled gently and poured him a cup of steaming herbal tea. "Let me tell you a story, Ethan," she began. "It's a story about a little bird who taught me the secret to happiness. Many years ago, when Granny Lila was still a young woman, she lived in the same cottage, but was far from the cheerful soul she was now. Life was hard, and Lila often felt overwhelmed by her struggles. One fateful day, while walking in the forest, she came across a tiny bird trapped in a hunter's snare. Its wings were frantically flapping, and its chirps were cries of despair. Moved by its plight, Lila carefully freed the bird, cradling it in her hands. The bird, though injured, did not fly away. Instead, it perched on her palm and spoke in a melodious voice. "Kind woman, thank you for saving me. I am no ordinary bird. I am a messenger of wisdom. As a token of gratitude, I will share with you the secret to happiness." Lila was astonished, but nodded eagerly. "Please tell me." The bird tilted its head and said, "Happiness is not the absence of problems, but the ability to find joy despite them. There are 3 lessons you must learn: gratitude, perspective, and resilience. Remember these, and you will find happiness in any situation." The bird's first lesson was about gratitude. It explained, every day, take a moment to count your blessings. No matter how small they may seem, they are the seeds of joy. Determined to practice this, Lila began to focus on the little things: the warmth of the sun on her face, the sound of children's laughter, the taste of freshly baked bread. Slowly, she noticed a change. Even on her hardest days, there was always something to be thankful for. This newfound gratitude lightened her heart and gave her strength to face her challenges. The bird's second lesson was about perspective. Life is like a forest, it said. From the ground, the trees seem tall and overwhelming. But from above, you can see how they fit together in harmony. Learn to see life from different angles. Lila began to practice this by stepping back from her troubles and looking at them in the grander scheme of things. She realized that her struggles, while difficult, were also opportunities to grow stronger. When her roof leaked during a storm, instead of despairing, she saw it as a chance to learn carpentry. When her crops failed, she found joy in learning new farming techniques from her neighbors. The bird's final lesson was resilience. Storms will come, and they may bend you, but do not let them break you. Remember, after every storm, the sun shines brighter. This lesson was the hardest for Lila to embrace. There were times when she felt on the verge of breaking, but she remembered the bird's words. She began to see setbacks as temporary and failures as stepping stones to success. She learned to adapt, to rise after every fall, and to smile through her tears. Over time, her resilience became her greatest strength. As Granny Lila finished her story, Ethan looked at her with wide eyes. "So, what happened to the bird?" he asked. Granny Lila chuckled. "Oh, the bird stayed with me until its wing healed, and then it flew away, singing a song of joy. But its lesson stayed with me forever. I began to see life differently. I stopped waiting for perfect moments and started creating happiness in imperfect ones. And that, my dear Ethan, is how I found peace and contentment." Granny Lila reached out and patted his hand. "Of course you can. Start small. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, Think of 3 things you're grateful for. When you face a problem, step back and see it from another perspective. And when life knocks you down, remember that you're stronger than you think. Happiness isn't a destination, it's a choice you make every day. Ethan left Granny Lila's cottage with a lighter heart and a renewed sense of purpose. Over time, he began to apply the old woman's wisdom to his life. He found joy in the rustling leaves of the forest, pride in his hard work, and courage in the face of challenges. He realized that while he couldn't control everything that happened to him, he could control how he responded. Granny Lila's story spread throughout the village, inspiring others to find happiness in their own lives. And even after she was gone, her lessons lived on, a testament to the power of gratitude, perspective, and resilience. In the end, Granny Lila's life taught everyone that happiness isn't about escaping life's difficulties, but about embracing them with a joyful heart. And so, her legacy became a guiding light for generations to come, proving that true happiness lies within us all.